everyone, this is Eric again from my 25XL. Just giving you an update on my tank again, as well as the Red Sea Reefer. I've got some bad algae coming in here, you can see that. I think my phosphates are out of whack. I did a big water change today. Probably about 30 gallons, I think. It was a big one. I've got to get this under control before it's too late. I'm just testing my phosphates now. And let's see. It says 0. I don't believe that. Not for a second. So I did a big water change. The corals, I don't know, they seem okay. They don't seem to be too cranky. But the algae is definitely growing. So what I have done is I've been using this stuff for about 1 year now. Probably people have heard about it now. It's Vibrant. Works pretty good, actually. I was successful with it a little while ago with algae outbreak about 6 months ago. You just have to do regular doses every week, or depending on how bad it is, every 2 weeks. It's not instantaneous though. It'll take, depending how bad the algae outbreak is, could be 4 or 6 weeks or more. I'm kind of hoping I've caught this excuse me, I'm kind of hoping I've caught this at a decent time, but I don't know how I missed it, to be honest. I really let it get out of control, which is not normal for me, but it happens. So I think I've been overfeeding is part of my problem. I set up the auto fish feeder there to do just one turn, but I don't know if you can see how much is in there. That's just one turn on the fish feeder, so I think the pellets are really tiny, so I don't think I can use that for that one. And I was doing that once a day, so at 11 o'clock in the morning I'd do a feeding, and then around 8 o'clock at night I do brine shrimp, just 1 cube for all these guys. So obviously I think the pellets have probably added a lot more phosphate than I wanted it to, and I've turned off the fish feeder for now, just to reduce the food intake, I guess. Obviously if its phosphates are growing, then the food's not getting eaten and it's just transferring into the tank. So I will cut down on the feeding at the 11 o'clock anyway. I was doing 1 feeding a day, just brine shrimp, and alternating between brine shrimp and the pellet food. The pellet food that I'm using right now is this stuff here, probiotics. It's kind of hard to focus in on. It's pretty good stuff. All the fish eat it, including the cardinals, and the pajama cardinal actually back there. He was usually pretty particular in the pellet food, so he seems to like it. So I kept up with that, but I think I'll have to find a way to reduce that. That fish feeder is on the smallest setting, unfortunately, so I'll have to maybe, I don't know. I know they have different size pellets in that fish brand, food brand, so I might try that. But I don't really want to waste these either, so I might just do it by hand for a little while. So, yeah, so that's my algae update. Red Skim Reefer 600 skimmer. I cleaned that out today when I did my water change, so you can see it functioning away there. Again, very quiet. I might keep a little more wet this time to help extract some of the proteins and stuff, so I'll keep that a little on the wet side for now. And somebody asked me with the clear filter. I'm finding it's really not my thing. Doesn't really fit in my sump perfectly, so I think I'm going to actually take it out and go back to just put in the other filter sock and put in a cup with a filter pad in there instead of the filter sock. I'll probably just get rid of that clear. So I tried it for about 4 months. It's probably not the optimal fit here either, so I didn't want to buy the bracket and all that stuff to put in back where the water comes in, so probably a little bit my fault in being kind of stringent on how I want to set it up, but I'm sure it works fine for others, just not for me. It doesn't seem to be worth it, so I'll go back to the filter pads. I did a big cleaning on the tank. I I had a lot of detritus in there, and I cleaned that all out. I got most of it out of, you can still see some in the background there, and a little bit down here. For the most part, I got a lot of it out. It accumulates so fast. I think I did that 2 weeks ago, and it just piles up on the bottom. And a lot of it could be the unused food too, so I think that might have contributed to my algae problem as well. So anyway, did a big cleaning, and I gotta do some cleaning on the bottom here too, get some of the calcium off. But yeah, that's it so far. So I will continue to provide updates. Actually, one thing, one of my triggers is hiding, and he's actually got Popeye on one side. I've only had that happen once ever before. He's hard to see in there. So I think part of that problem, oh, there goes my phone. I think part of that problem is probably the water quality. Sorry about that. I don't know if the algae outbreak is contributing to that, but he definitely has one eye that's popping out. So I'm going to continue to do the water changes. Hopefully that will help him out. I don't think it's fatal in most cases for the fish, but either way, I was trying to look around to see if there's medications and stuff, and there's not a lot of recommendations for it. But if you guys know of any treatments for Popeye, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear it. But for now, I think what I've read up on is water changes with the salt, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it turns around. Okay, that's it. So just another quick update. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to leave some comments down below, and have a great night. Actually, sorry, one more update. That bass, while I was doing my water change, I had the, you can see the mesh net off on top there. I had it back about a quarter of the way, and that guy actually jumped out and bounced on the floor, and then just behind the tank. I didn't think I was going to get him in time because he kept flipping back farther and farther. I managed to get a hold of him, slippery little sucker, and get him back in the water. It was probably, I don't know, 30-40 seconds, but it felt like a lifetime to me. I'm sure it did to the fish too. But he doesn't seem to have any harm done, luckily. Yeah, I'm just glad I have that top on, because I'm sure there's a lot of other jumpers that I don't see in the night. I did lose a goby before I put that canopy on. Yellow spotted goby. I found them a little dried up on the ground in the morning, so I learned my lesson after that. Those guys are jumpers. So anyway, I will let you go. I just wanted to give you a quick update on that, just to talk about that bass there, and he seems to be okay. Alright, have a great night.